Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of Tea Time with Ashara. Get some noise. So, whatever beverage you need to get your tea, your juice, your wine, whatever to enjoy this episode, go and get it right now because we are going right into it. Yeah. Alright guys, so we are going to hear from Reddit today. AITA might be a soul. So we have the first one. I'm just going to read it and let's give our opinion because yeah. Okay, my mom wants to go to therapy to talk about issues with my stepdad. My stepdad has shown some toxic behaviors and gets really upset if he feels he or his friends are called out if we aren't fun enough and liked. Okay, basically keep it to very surface level. Anything that could be seen as controversial is a no-go for him. One night, I went out to dinner with my mom, stepdad, my cousin, and her boyfriend. My stepdad started getting frustrated with the host because our table was taking a while. He said, "What the fuck, she is so R-word." He said it loud enough for her to hear. I was immediately surprised, and my knee-jerk reaction was to say, "Don't say that." Like, one of the things that I will never understand is when persons go to restaurants and behave like that. Like I understand that you have a reservation and you are there and they're probably taking a while to get your table ready and whatever, but nothing will ever go according to plan or smoothly, especially in the restaurants industry. There's no reason for you to behave like that. Yes, you're upset that your table isn't ready yet, but I mean, I'll just calm down. It's not the host's fault why the table isn't ready. Anything could have happened. But I don't know. I hate when persons behave like that. Like hate it. After I said that, he got really upset and started yelling at me. Got really close to my face, staring at me in the eyes, saying "F you." Then called me a bitch. Said, "I think of myself way higher than other people. I'm too woke for my own good, and he's never gonna stop using that word." I was shook. All of us were shocked. Well, I mean, I would be pretty surprised if he behaved that way and especially call me that. Are you kidding me? Madness. I felt horrible and embarrassed and didn't feel comfortable being there anymore. So I said I was gonna leave and take an Uber home because I rode with them. My mom had no problem with that. He then says that he was gonna leave and my mom started freaking out, saying no, you can't leave, you better not leave, and threatening if he did leave. She now thinks that I was the one to start it by saying don't say that. She said that I antagonized him and embarrassed him by calling him out, and I should apologize and try to repair the friendship. When I believe he said something offensive and I called him out, then he got mad that I did and was horrible to me. I haven't wanted to be around him since that happened. He has never addressed it or apologized for anything, and this was 2 years ago. And so she edited by saying, I am 32 years old. They are in their 50s. I do not live with them. I haven't lived with my mom since I was 11. I lived with my biological father until I was 18. Alright, so we have a few responses from persons who. So this one says, not the asshole. This behavior sounds very abusive. The aggressiveness, the sensitivity to being called out, threatening your mom and leaving her. It's understandable that you want to distance yourself from your stepdad. I can see why your mother would want to fix the issue, seeing as she is being threatened, manipulated too. But after being the victim of such aggressive behavior, you have your right to refuse that. You don't have to go to therapy with your mom if you don't want to, especially since she's siding with your stepdad. Yeah, this is a manipulative behavior on his part. He has no sense of accountability. Like people like these, you do not want to go out in public with, right? Because they will embarrass you by be disrespectful, and then you have to probably turn around and apologize on their behalf because they are not going to see the error of their ways. It's obvious that your mom has no intention of leaving him. I mean, in her 50s, she's not that old. She's pretty young, same way, so. And relationships are overrated anyways. Okay? It's overrated. And there are a lot of single women and single men out there. You don't need a relationship to validate who you are. But I'm guessing because she's with him for so long, she doesn't want to leave, and as this person said, it's manipulation on his part, the threatening and all of that. So she's not going to want to leave him, and to forcing you to therapy over his behavior. He's the one who needs to go to therapy. Let's start there. He's the one who needs to go to therapy. So I don't know why is it that she's going to say you should come to therapy. This is the issue with parents. Like, they will never see the wrongs that they are doing. They'll never see that they are the ones who also need to heal, because you as a child who is now an adult, you are taking the initiative to heal and distance yourself and stuff like that. But they will never admit to things, like never. And I don't see the problem why, because if I am being forced to admit my wrongs, to admit that my shortcomings are evident, to admit that I am toxic, and then try to turn around and fix that, why is it that you can't do that? What? Because you are the parent? I mean, we are both adults at this point in life, so I will never understand that. Like, I swear. But not the asshole from my part, because he disrespected you, disrespected your mother, disrespected everybody that was there with him, including the host, and he embarrassed you guys. You don't need to fix anything. He needs to, as a grown man. Okay? So you can go no contact with nothing on your conscience, because you did no wrong. Not the asshole. Okay, so we have another one. Am I the asshole for telling my husband I won't hang out with his ex-wife? I mean, alright, let me read this first and then we get into it. Okay, I met my husband 7 years ago when he was going through a divorce. When his ex-wife found out about me, she did everything she could to make my life miserable, including having friends of hers come to my house and threaten me. They were in a very contentious divorce, and he told me he hated her. They had a 4-year-old child that they share 50-50 custody of. Ooh. I After some years and things have calmed down, we have all managed to be cordial to each other for the sake of the child. Fast forward to now, she has never remarried. Every time we are forced to be together, in sports games, school events, she follows my hobby around like a lost puppy and talks about old memories when they were together. Mm. Mm. For the sake of the child, I kept the peace. Recently, it was presented to me that we should go on a double date with her and her new boyfriend. I discreetly told my husband that the idea sounded awful, as it should. Like, listen to me, man. Listen to me. Why is he even entertaining her in the first place? Why? So he set up a group text to his and told everyone that I was an asshole for not wanting to hang out with this lady. What? Like, why would he do that? Something wrong with that man? He's secretly still in love with her. Yeah, man. He still loves her because there's no way you as his wife is not comfortable hanging out with this woman outside of the needs and responsibility of the child that they share. There's no way he knows that you're not comfortable with it. Still wants you to. The moment you say no, he's going to turn around and say you're an asshole. And why does he need to be around her 24/7 if they're not married outside of the child? Like, why? His family is acting like I need to get over it and go hang out with the woman that I don't trust and don't like. I feel like I'm living in the twilight zone. Listen, me girl, you are not obligated. You are not obligated to hang out with nobody, especially an ex. Because I'm pretty sure you've never asked him to hang out with any of your exes, right? You've never. What the hell is wrong with this man? Alright, so somebody says it's completely understandable that you're not comfortable hanging out with your husband's ex-wife, especially given the history and the way she treated you in the past. Exactly. Heavy on how she treated you in the past. Heavy on that. Because if she was being like an adult and just go through the whole divorce, not include you in their mess, because the divorce has nothing to do with you based on what I'm understanding here. You know? Why does she need, like, make it even worse when you hang out with her? Why should I pretend that I like her? For the sake of who? I'm already pretending by accommodating her in life events with the child. Why do I need to accommodate her outside of that? Listen, man. You've tried to be cordial for the sake of the child, but that doesn't mean you're obligated to spend time with someone you don't trust or like. Especially when she's made no effort to make the situation easy for you. Your husband should respect your feelings, and instead of signing with his ex-wife and family, he should have had your back and understood why the situation is uncomfortable for you. It's one thing to maintain civility for co-parenting, but it's entirely different to be asked to spend social time with someone who has actively made your life difficult in the past. You are not obligated to pretend everything is okay when it isn't. Exactly. It's also a bit concerning that your husband responded by sending out a group text and airing your feelings in front of his family. That could create unnecessary pressure on you and force you into a situation you don't feel comfortable in. Ideally, your husband should respect your boundaries and had a private conversation with you about it instead of trying to push you into a social situation that you clearly don't want. It's important in a relationship for both partners to respect each other's boundaries and feelings and if your discomfort is valid. Exactly. And also, why does he feel the need to hang out with her? You don't have to be buddy buddy with your exes. You don't. You're not obligated to. Especially when the breakup wasn't an easy one, a civil one, an amicable one. Especially when it was a whole lot of mess when you guys decided to split apart. Right? It was nothing like that. The divorce was a mess. Everything was a mess. So why does he feel the need that you guys should hang out? Why is he so interested in hanging out with her anyways? Like, and why listen to me, listen, this whole thing is ridiculous. You know, you need to have a proper conversation with him and find out why is he so interested in having outside relationship with her outside of the child. Why is it that he's respecting what she wants rather than what you want as his wife? To me, I feel like he's secretly in love with her. That's what I think. He is secretly still in love with her, and this is his way of spending time with her without actually spending time with her. This feels like emotional cheating. I don't know, I'm not saying it is, but to me, from my perspective, this is emotional cheating. So you need to really have a conversation with him about this, especially when he's going to broadcast that you don't want to go out with her. Like, why? And his family is also siding with that too, that you need to get over it. It's clearly that they also are not over her. It's clear that they also still consider her a part of the family more than you. And that's not a good look. Alright, so we have another one from Reddit, and this is from the Bridezilla section of Reddit. So it's called Destination Wedding. Alright, so my brother is getting married in Mexico in April. We have a big group of friends and family all going. The age group ranges from 30 to 40. Most couples married and have kids. Recently, the couple shared that they don't want kids at the reception portion of the wedding, but they're welcome to the welcome brunch, rehearsal, and the ceremony, but not the reception. I guess the question I have is, we are all coming from far distances, paying a lot of money. What do you think about having a kid-free reception at a Mexican resort? If this was in our local area, it would be easy to arrange childcare and the non-issues. I'm considering talking to my brother about this, but I also don't want to ruffle feathers with him and his soon-to-be wife. That is very inconsiderate of them. I understand that it's their wedding day, but waiting last minute to tell persons that you don't want kids at your wedding is a little selfish, especially at an out of town wedding. Like, you guys are literally leaving the country to go to another country for a wedding. I don't know, I think this person definitely should talk to your parents, because there's no way you would think that it's okay to make such a last minute arrangement. And I understand not wanting kids at like an event like this. Everybody has their right to how they want their special day to go. But I mean, the last minute you're going to say that you don't want kids? The very last minute. That, I don't know, that just is not it. Because how are they going to now arrange babysitting and things like that at the last minute? Because they have already arranged for the kids to come with them. So how are they now going to arrange that? More than likely, people are not going to want to come to this wedding. This is one of the things that I hate. Like, make up your mind beforehand, early on, so people can know what to do. But don't wait until last minute and expect people to like spin around headless trying to accommodate you. I definitely think persons are going to opt to not go into this wedding because nobody's going to. Where are they going to leave their children? Where are they going to leave their children? But I do think this person needs to talk to their brother about it and come to some kind of conclusion because this is not it. Like, I think people pretty much show their colors during wedding seasons because can you imagine? You get an invitation to go to a wedding saying that children can come. Then the last minute you're going to get another notice saying, oh, I don't want children at the reception part of the wedding, but they can come at the little brunches that we're going to have and all of that. They're going to have to think about where or who is going to watch the kids. And everybody is an adult that's coming. And that's a lot of kids. So I think this person should talk to their brother because this is not the way to go, I swear. Alright guys, so we have the final one from Reddit. It says, am I the asshole for telling my classmates that I don't want an American name? I can already see what this is. Okay. And if persons don't understand, an American name is a different name that you get when you don't come from America. So persons that are like who migrated from Asia, Mexico, like those countries that the name are a little funny and a little like tongue twisters and stuff like that. When you come to America, they give you an American name that makes it easy for them to call you by. It's pretty much like a legal name as well. That's what an American name is. So instead of them trying to pronounce your name, trying to spell it as how it is, they just decide to just give you a new name just because. That's how lazy America is. Anyways, let's get into this to show you how lazy and how ridiculous they are, because I haven't read this yet and I know exactly what this is. Hi, so basically I'm an Irish dude who recently moved to America for a year or so, and basically when I introduced myself to my new American classmates, they all decided that my name Ciaran, Ciara with the accent over the AN. So I don't even know how to pronounce that properly, but I'm trying. It's too hard to spell, pronounce, so they all collectively decided to give me an American name. Practically everyone has started to call me Connor instead of my actual name, and it's starting to piss me off. I have told them many times that I actually don't mind if they can't pronounce, spell, remember it, just as long as they call me by my name. Then even a few teachers are calling me Connor, and I get a little pissed off and tell everyone that they could please just call me Ciaran as politely as possible as I can. Everyone told me I was being dramatic and have started to call me either other names just to annoy me, like Caleb or Cade. Every time I bring up wanting to be called by my actual name, they all roll their eyes and give me snarky comments. Of course, I do like my classmates and they are all nice, but it does slightly piss me off. Am I being over dramatic or do I have a fair point? You're not being dramatic. See what I'm talking about? Instead of calling you by your actual name, your right name, they decided to just give you a name that they all want. They don't care. Your name is who you are. Until the day you legally change your name, from what you were given at birth, Your name is you. Especially when you come from other countries outside of America. Okay, your name is your identity. So when persons call you a different name other than what you actually name, it's almost as if they are stripping you of your identity. So it doesn't really matter whether or not your name has 25 letters in it. If unless you give them a short version of it, they are not supposed to call you anything that they want to call you just because they are too lazy to learn to spell and pronunciate. And this is exactly what is happening here. And I'm not going to call what it is, but it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. That's how they are in America. They are very lazy. A lot of Asian persons will tell you that they have their Asian name, and once they come to America, Americans decide to give them a new name because they are too lazy to learn to pronounce and spell it. Your name is your identity. Your name is what ties you to your ancestors, either your mother's side or your father, wherever, but your name is your identity. Don't let anybody decide to call you whatever it is that they want to call you just because they are too lazy to learn to spell and pronunciate. If they have to ask you 50 times for the day, what's your name again? Fine. But don't just call somebody a name just because you don't want to pronounce their name or just because you don't know how to spell it. And I'm pretty sure they didn't even attempt to spell this guy's name. I am pretty sure they didn't even attempt to spell it or attempt to pronounce it, not even once. Okay, I don't know where this thing comes from. Talking about American names or whatever. I don't know who came up with that. But listen, don't let anybody call you whatever they want to call you, okay? Because your name is your name, and unless you decide to change your name legally, unless you decide to give them an easier version, like a nickname, fine. But your name is your name. Don't let anybody bully you into talking about, oh, I can't pronounce it, I can't spell it, when they're not even trying. They are being ridiculous. They are being ridiculous. And it's just so sad that a lot of persons from the Asian cultures or the Irish culture or those from the eastern side of the world, when they come to America, they just accept these quote unquote American names. Like, it's just so sad that they have to just accept it, to be accepted into their peers or colleagues or whatever, or accept into society just because Americans are lazy. It's just so sad. But I'm telling you, do not let anybody call you whatever it is that they want to call you. Don't let anybody misspell a name either, especially when they know they're doing it on purpose. It's better if somebody tries continuously to pronounce your name and get it right, rather than just because they're so lazy to learn to pronounce it and learn to spell it, that they decide to give you any. Especially teachers. And let's make it even worse. This is the fact that the teachers are also jumping on the bandwagon. Teachers who should have better, who should be giving better examples, are doing this to a student. They don't want to learn to spell the name, pronounce the name, and they are teachers. And I'm pretty sure they're harder words than his name. I'm pretty sure. And they have to learn those words, learn to pronounce them, and learn to spell them so they can teach you. And your name, they don't want to do that? If it was me, I wouldn't answer. As I wouldn't answer no matter how many times you call me, whatever it is that you want to call me. I would not answer, because at the end of the day, it is not my name. Next thing, any little documents need to sign or whatever, they write the name that they're calling you when that's not even on your birth paper, not on your ID, nothing at all. That can land you into trouble because that's not your name. And legally, it's not your name. That's like you're committing fraud. Because if they write these names on documents, they can't carry those documents anywhere because that's not on your ID, that's not on your birth certificate. So don't let anybody call whatever it is that you want to call it just because they're lazy. Don't let anybody do that. Okay? Okay, guys, that's it for another episode in Tea Time with Shara. I'll see you again another Friday. And if you like this video, please press the like button. Please comment what you think on the questions. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you for joining me while I bring you the tea on Fridays. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.
Okay, let's go.